We will now have a few words from community member Yaffa, a transgender Palestinian. Mix Yaffa, they, she, is an acclaimed disabled, autistic, trans, queer, Muslim, and indigenous Palestinian individual who has received multiple awards for their transformative work around displacement, decolonization, equity, and centering the lived experiences of individuals most impacted by injustice. Yaffa is the executive director of Muslim Alliance for Sexual and Gender Diversity, working to support queer and trans Muslims. Yaffa is a writer. Her first poetry collection, Blood Orange, about Palestine, is out now and available to grab a copy here today. Cool.
Yaffa. Hi everyone, good evening. How are you all doing tonight? We are here. So I stand before you with an incredibly heavy heart. With everything that we've lost this year, just as trans individuals, and also for me as a trans Palestinian, carrying the over 13,000 individuals that have been killed so far. And I say killed and so far very loosely, because that number doesn't count all of the people who are killed outside of the direct bombing. So everyone you hear about in hospitals who might be dying from famine, from lack of water, from the bacterial infections, from cholera, from all of the things, they don't count. All the people under the rubble don't count. And for me in particular, this is such a heavy day, because I also think about all the people, all the trans people we've lost this year who also technically don't count. A lot of my work is within mental health and social justice fields, right? And so when we lose trans people to substances, folks who die by suicide, all different things who are not murdered, none of them count. And so I wanted to really uplift all the lives that seemingly don't count, and how, in particular, when we think of things like genocide, whether it's Palestine, whether it's Armenia, whether it's Sudan, whether it's the Congo, where over 12 million people have been impacted there, right? Or Haiti, right? Or places like Hawaii or Puerto Rico, all the places that are fighting for their independence, for their indigenous sovereignty. I want to really uplift that we're also talking about trans people, because often it's seen as you're one or the other, and barely that. So I wanted to stand here before you all and really just uplift that within those numbers, we're also there. Completely unnamed, completely erased, completely unseen. And so again, really just wanted to uplift that tonight. Thank you all for being here, for everything that you're all bringing forward. I want to share a poem with you all. I was actually originally going to share poetry from my collection that just came out called Blood Orange. And this collection is something I wrote over the last month. So it was written during Eclipse weekend about a month ago. And it was just me trying to process all the things as a multi-time displaced person. And when I say displaced person, I mean I've lived in 9 countries. Between me and my sisters, we're born in 5 countries. Like I'm talking about we're displaced, and constantly in that process of displacement again and again. And so initially I wanted to read from that collection where 100% of the proceeds from that are going to be going to queer and trans Palestinians, ideally on the ground, but if I'm not able to get money on the ground, it will go to folks in the diaspora. But as I was thinking about what I wanted to gift this space and be in community with you all, I actually ended up writing a completely new poem. And so I would like to share that with you all, because y'all can just get the book and read those ones later. So this one's called Make It Make Sense. I've had to justify my transness every day of every life. Within the broader LGBTQ plus community, within the Muslim, the Palestinian, the disabled, the everything, all communities asking more than they are entitled to. My identities are seen to be at odds with each other by people who are so limited in their capacity to hold. I'm asked to not be political when my existence is political. I'm expected to bridge the divide of where we need to be and where we are, fought by everyone in the process, deemed ungrateful always. I am of Sudanese descent from my dad's side, Armenian from my mom's, entirely Palestinian, racism denying 1, 2, or 3, and that's before the autistic transness is introduced. I link the two because according to society, my transness is of repression, assault, trauma, or something else. Something else that explains away and makes me make sense. But I don't make sense. There's no amount of trying that will make sense of identities that claim one another, cannibalizing in spite of the constant demand to make them make sense. My people are being brutally killed, legacy of genocide 4 generations old. My Black family members, my trans family members, my Armenian family members, my autistic family members, all gone in an instant within media blackouts, names only found in lists denied by leaders of the free world, only free because we die, as if we were not killed here, there, everywhere. I've lost more family and friends in 6 weeks than I can name. I've been robbed of more trans lives than I have in my life today. Make that make sense. Still, every day I get messages from LGBTQ plus people telling me my people are the ones who would murder me. I would give anything to be murdered at home instead of slowly killed by whiteness that has claimed your marginalization. Still, you try to make me make sense. Someday you will have capacity for everything you can be. Then and only then, I will make sense. Thank you. So sending everyone just deep gratitude for being here, holding you all in my heart, and it feels that even carrying literally tens of thousands of people feels lighter around all of you. I'll be signing books later if anyone wants a copy, and I hope you all enjoy the rest of this evening. Thank you.